Just you?
Mike's coming up.
Left to right, we've got Mike Hogue, Greg Campy, Subaru David LaRua. Coach, can I just open us up with a statement, please?
We just had a long conversation in our locker room about this, but it's just a really disappointing day. Really disappointing day. We had 8 days off to get healthy. We didn't quite get all the way healthy, but we had a chance to rest our bodies, and we come out in the first 3 possessions. We missed 3 layups and a wide open 3, and we let a kid stand in the corner and shoot the ball, and he made a couple threes, and that just set the tone. And then we figured it out. We played really good defense. We got out to I think it was 19-12, 7-point lead, and we committed an offensive foul, and it was just a unbelievably lack of discipline play, and they went on like a 9-0 run, and then we were chasing the rest of the game. And our lack of discipline, our lack of attention to details, and our lack of the ability to rebound the basketball when it mattered, to go put a body on somebody, play physical, and get a rebound cost us this game.
Questions for Baru or?
I guess for both Brew and Mike, 18 offensive rebounds for Youngstown State in the first meeting, 14 for them today. Is that kind of more so of an effort thing? They're out hustling you, or is some maybe bad luck on some bounces, or what are you guys seeing on there?
Just not playing hard enough. I mean, you give up 14 rebounds, 18 rebounds to anyone, then it's not luck if it happens twice. They can't get lucky 14 times in a row, 18 times in a row. Like Coach just said, if we're not running around hitting anyone, then the ball's just going to fall to them. So that is.
Yeah, I'll second that. It's just about, coaches tell us all the time that the key to winning is playing hard, rebounding, and one of our keys tonight was rebounding and stopping the 3. And we were just running in there. We weren't hitting anybody, and you can't just expect to run in the ball to fall to you. Got to do the work before. So that's what it was.
I guess I'll just go to Baru. Why do you think that they were able to get in the paint and finish around the rim so well?
Because we messed up the scout really, really bad, a lot. And then we went into timeouts and were given the adjustments, didn't carry it onto the court, let the same thing happen. I think we got beat on backdoors like 7 times in the first half. And then early in the second half, the same kid who hit all the threes, Pollack, caught me sleeping in the corner, went back door and got an and one. So that's just a listening and discipline thing. Yeah, there's no excuses for that. There's no magic reason for why they were making layups. We're giving them layups basically because we didn't listen.
For Mike, it's been a few games now that since IG has played, you guys have missed him for a little bit, but how difficult is it for you guys in the front court to be missing such a key piece?
It's always going to be difficult, especially when you're missing a big piece like IG, a potential player of the year. He brings, more length, somebody that the defense has to key in on, and definitely he helps us out with the rebounding aspect. Just having him out there, to help with the toughness and boxing out and rebounding. He's our leading rebounder too, so I definitely think it's tough. But at the same time, we have guys that can step up, and we've shown that we can play, and we still can play winning basketball. Until he comes back and we can got guys that can hold it down, and there's no excuse for us to be playing how we're playing, even in his absence.
Anything else for Mike or Brew?
For both of you guys, what do the leaders in the locker room say after games like this?
I mean, today there wasn't a whole lot to say, I guess. Coaches kind of covered everything. We just got to try and fix it, I guess. We have to say that we all got to take a good, long, hard look in the mirror and decide what we're going to be, You can say all the inspirational, motivational stuff you want, but at the end of the day, the guys have to make that decision. You either want to do it or you don't. So that's a lot of tough, introspective things that people got to do, myself and Mike included. And we got to figure it out fast because we only got 5 games left.
Yeah. One thing that I'll tell guys is that, we still have let's not have a pity party. We still got 5 games left to go win a championship, a regular season championship, and we're getting ready to gear up for the tournament. So this should be the most that we're getting in the gym beforehand, just preparing in all the ways that we can to set ourselves up for success. This should be the most that we're preparing and putting our best foot forward for this last stretch, getting ready to prepare for it to go win a championship. That's what I'll tell the guys.
Anything else for the players? All right, thank you guys.
I got one.
Oh, go ahead.
Now, to Buru. A little bit after the beginning of the second half, you took that curving bounce pass from Brody Robinson. Was that improvised, or is that something you work on in practice?
We do it a lot. I think that's actually what the play's kind of drawn up to do. Whenever there's a smaller guy on me or Mike, the first thing is run in, seal him, duck him in as close to the basket as we can get, and then Brody just has to make the play.
Anything else? Okay. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Questions for Coach?
Coach Brew picked up his 4th foul, just a little bit under 8 to play, but obviously rotation-wise, you don't have many options to go with. I was just wondering what your confidence level was with him on the floor with 4 fouls down the stretch, and kind of if you were thinking of doing anything else, but it seemed like your hands were kind of tied.
Yeah, I took him out, and he played 38-14, so I must not have taken him out for very long. He's a veteran. He's been here 3 years. He understands its importance to the team, and he had to, the 4th foul I think was not a good call. I think it was, one that I think he made a really good play, and they called the foul. So just he knows that he's got to stay in there, and we need him on the floor, especially right now. Coy only played a few minutes today. He got hit, and he got his teeth went through his chin yesterday in practice, and he's got a bunch of stitches in his lip, and I really didn't want to play him at all, but that means we're down to 6 guys. So I played him a few minutes, but we tried to play 6 guys, and I think we got really tired. My problem is that we rested on defense, not on offense, and that's why we lost the game. Maybe we should have slowed the offense down and not run so much. But we're built to run, so that was maybe a bad decision on my part. Maybe we should have walked the ball up the floor tonight with 6 healthy guys. But it's funny if you look at these stats. We shot 53% from the floor at home. They had a really hard time guarding us near the rim. Mike was 10 for 13 and Brew was 7 of 10. Maybe if I was a better coach, they would have been 15 for 18 and 12 for 15. Instead of we jacked up 25 threes. We shot 40% from the 3, which is fantastic, right? So we shoot 53%, 40% from the 3. We didn't shoot free throws well tonight, 10 of 15. You would think at home those numbers would win a game, but they didn't, and they didn't because the other team, and their numbers were pedestrian. They shot 45% from the floor in this league. That's pretty good defense. They shot 34% from the 3. I think we're 31 on the year, which leads the league. Our 3-point defense leads the league. I think it's 31 or 32. So they shot in half, and yet they scored 86 points. One of the reasons they were 18-18 from the free throw line, but the real reasons is because when the game was on the line, with 2 minutes and 30-some seconds to go, they got 4 possessions. And so you think about that, 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds. They got to take off the clock, and they kept getting the ball back. Now, you might say, well, we were tired because those guys had to play the whole game. And that might be an excuse, but when you're playing to win a championship and if we win tonight, we're in first place. You would think that it doesn't matter if you're tired or not. You're going to go make those plays if you're going to win a championship, and we didn't do it, and that's what I'm angry about, and I'm not happy. I'm really, really not happy with them, and they know it. They understand and know why. We couldn't come out of a timeout tonight and make an adjustment. He said it in a nice way, but we couldn't make an adjustment. How many times are you going to get beat on a backdoor cut? That was embarrassing. Dawkins should send us he'll probably be on SportsCenter with 7 dunks or whatever, cutting backdoor. That was a real hard play to make. Stand in a corner and just run to the rim, and somebody will pass you the ball, and you get to shoot a layup without anybody around you. That wasn't good, and that's why we lost the game. And the fact that we couldn't get a defensive rebound with the crunch time. We get that rebound, we're down 4, we come down, we score. Who knows? Who knows what happens, right? But they got to take 2 minutes off the clock.
Camp, you guys make more free throws than your opponents attempt typically as the season's rolled on. You went through the numbers. Hogue and Baru, they were very effective in the post. What was different? What was different about that tonight?
I was not pleased with the way the game ended up being officiated. I thought there were a lot of missed calls, but you know what? That's not why we lost the game. We didn't adjust to what was happening. We didn't adjust to the physicality that they were playing our guards with. And instead of adjusting to it, we kept complaining that they didn't call a foul. Brody turned it over 4 times. He doesn't turn the ball over 4 times. He was getting hit and hand checked and would dribble around, and they'd push him, and it wasn't called. So, okay, adjust to that. They're not calling that tonight. So don't do that, right? Figure it out. Let's get the ball entered in a different way. And that's on us. That's just being smart enough to understand every game's different, every game's officiated different. That's how they wanted to officiate the game, so that you got to adjust to it. That's all. I'm not going to say we lost because of that. We lost because we didn't adjust to what was happening, and it was awful. It was critical times. Every time we created a turnover, we're flying it up the floor. We've cut the lead from 10 or whatever down to 4, and we're flying up the floor to cut it to 2, and we turn it over. We never took advantage of. We play our butts off down here and get a steal, and we come down and then we're bitching that we got fouled. No. You can't do that. You got to play through contact. You got to be smarter. And then we lost the game because of that. I'm not saying we lost because of the way the game was officiated. I'm saying we lost because we didn't adjust to how it was being officiated.
Anything else for Coach?
You kids have no questions? What the hell are you doing here then? You got a chance to come to a press conference, open your mouths and ask questions.
Armando De Leon, nice to meet you, Coach.
Nice meeting you.
You stuck with the 2-3 zone for the most of the night, even though they were knocking down some corner threes. What made you decide to stick with the 2-3 zone?
Have you seen us play before tonight?
Just once before tonight.
Yeah, that's who we are. And it's a matchup zone. We play it every possession of every game for every year. And it leads the league in three-point field goal defense. So, now, do you make adjustments in it? Yes, you make adjustments. But we knew what they were going to do. And we spent 7 days practicing. They didn't do anything we didn't know they were going to do. The one kid got hot early. We made a little adjustment. They were 12 of 35 from the three. I'll take that every game. 33%. It's not why we lost the game. And there were adjustments made. You just wouldn't see it. You wouldn't see it unless you watched us play every game or you were part of it. And then the thing that hurt us wasn't that. It was the layups they got cutting out of the corner and us not playing very hard.
Thank you.
Yep. Good question. Any people have any other questions?
Coach Campy, this is Andrew May. I was just wondering, we saw on your team 6 pretty exceptional players of basketball in their moment. We saw each of them put their heart in, but we'd also see some pretty awkward exchanges, some tension. I know you talked about some injury and some challenges on the team, but what do you think the real roadblock is in each of the players' heads that's really stopping them from making that shift? Because I think you have a fantastic team, but a fantastic team that's struggling to quite hit their stride. What's going on there?
Well, I would completely disagree with you in saying that there are any roadblocks. We have had. I mean, we're missing a guy that was on his way to be the player of the year in our conference. That's a big deal. We battled when we lost him. We battled through and won. We held on and beat Detroit. And we won 2 games. A road game at Fort Wayne, who's a top level team, and then we beat Northern Kentucky here. And now we've lost 2 games. And a lot of it has to do with we're only playing 7 guys. And it's hard to do that. It's hard to take Cade Cunningham off the Pistons, right? Take, I don't know who Michigan's best player is, but Axel, whatever his name is, take him off Michigan. What's going to happen, right? You're going to have an early, if you've got a really good team, you're going to have an early, all right, let's go, and you can overcome it. But when it's over a long period of time, and you take the player of the year, he was on his way to being player of the year this league. All right, he won't be now because he's missed too many games. But he'll probably still be a first-team all-league player. Eventually that's going to catch up with you, and it's catching up with us now, and we're making some poor mistakes that caused us to lose the game tonight. And as far as awkward exchanges, you must not have been around our program much over the last 42 years because it's nowhere near as awkward as it normally is. All right? I mean, I'm here to teach and coach, and I have my way of doing it, and they're held accountable. And the reason they're held accountable is because the only thing that really matters here is those 3 games in March. Because if we win the championship, if we win out and Wright State loses 1 more, which easily could happen, and we're champions, nobody's going to care if we lose in March. Not one of you people will care. You got beat in the tournament. You don't go to the NCAA tournament. So the bottom line is we're trying to figure out how to win those 3 games in March, and I'm going to hold them accountable. And they understand that and know that. They signed up for it. Nothing's being told. Nothing's happening to them that they didn't know was going to happen. So.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Coach.
All right, good question.
Evening, Coach. Joe Olivier, sports reporting class. Is there any time frame for the return of Isaac Garrett, and what
I
might
thought he
that
was
look
going to
like?
play tonight. I thought he was going to play tonight. He practiced the last 2 days. He didn't practice well, and he's in a lot of pain. He's got an ankle sprain. Those things hurt. They hurt. My guess is he won't play Monday, and hopefully we'll have him back next week. A week from Friday, a week from tomorrow, when we have Milwaukee and Green Bay that weekend at home. He may play Monday. I doubt it, but he's just got to manage the pain, right? He's structurally he's healthy enough that he could practice and that he's okay. But if you've never had one of those, especially when you're a long athlete like he is, jumping and running hurts, and he doesn't want. We don't want him to get hurt somewhere else because he's favoring that ankle. And again, the only thing that matters is March. And so we need him completely healthy going into March, and not, just get him a few minutes here and there now, and maybe he doesn't get healthy.
Thank you.
Good?
Anything else?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
So I was looking at over